I'm Mackayla. Welcome to the Soundtrack of Our Lives podcast. We're going to jump right in with the two hardest questions of all. Who are you and what have you been up to recently?
Hi, I'm Blake from Action Adventure, and I sing, and we've been working on releasing this new record, Ever After, which comes out October 24th.
Hi, I'm Brompton, and I play guitar and also sing sometimes. And the same thing is what he just said.
Yeah. So, you guys have a new album coming out. How exciting!
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
it's crazy.
It's like exciting and daunting and just a mixture of emotions.
You ready to have it out there in the world?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
oh yeah.
We've been living in it for a very long time.
So, what is it like there? What is it like putting it out after, so long having it?
I feel like we're still in work mode, so it's like until it's actually out, it's like crazy to imagine the vibes, but we've been doing some interviews and to hear people's response to the record has been nice. But like for us, it's like we're just still very much go go go. I would say.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of surreal to think about the fact that it'll be out in like 3 weeks or 4 weeks. Like that's a crazy thought.
Yeah. Are you guys I know you guys are going on tour around it.
Yep, our first headliner. So it's
Oh, that's
should be a lot of
awesome.
fun. Yeah, no, it's definitely gonna be fun. We're like nervous because we've never headlined before.
Hmm.
So, but with the new record
Terrified.
and yeah, it's gonna be again similar mixture of emotions.
What songs are you most excited to play live from the album?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think I'm like really excited to play that time I got reincarnated as a slime. AMV. I think it's honestly like super fun to play. And like if it hits and the crowd, they like it, it'll go off for sure.
Yeah, for me, it's probably any of the singles really. Like Spiral and URL are two of I'm really stoked for because you see their lives online and like you kind of like build that anticipation for the crowd reaction. So we've been seeing them play, or Spiral will be out soon, but stoked to kind of see those live in the wild after being out for a little bit.
How do you guys choose which songs to release as singles?
We just kind of argue with each other for like 20 minutes and then we make a decision and then like somebody will throw something in the group chat like 2 hours later, but hear me out, and then everything is thrown out the window and it takes
Yeah,
like forever.
it's definitely just a lot of mixing and matching and thinking you have the right tracks and then you change your mind and it's definitely a puzzle for sure.
How long did it take to choose the singles for this album?
Pretty
It's
pretty pretty long
pre-
time.
pretty long time. Yeah.
It took us a couple of weeks to really land on everything, and then even then we were like there's still like three other songs that we want to shoot videos for that we would like want like to have a nice spotlight of their own. So I don't know, I guess it's a good problem to have when we, have
Yeah.
that much faith and we care that much about so many of the songs. But it's also just kind of like, well, shit, it's almost a toss up.
Hmm.
Pretty much echo that sentiment.
So, are you going to shoot videos for those other songs?
Hopefully.
I mean, it'd be cool. I
It'd
mean,
be
it
cool
would be really cool if we can figure out the logistics of that.
if the stars align, we will definitely take the opportunity to.
So, looking at this tour, are there any cities or venues that you're really excited to play?
I mean we're going back to Chain Reaction. So,
Yeah, Chain is pretty cool. It's always cool playing Chain because like it's such a legendary venue.
And then we
We
have Diva Bleach and Not My Weekend from there, so it should be a good time.
we've like we played there a couple times and it's been awesome. So for us to be able to play our headliner there, that's a pretty special thing because it's such a legendary venue for our scene. So it's gonna be pretty cool. I'm pretty excited for that. That's a good answer, Blake. That's probably my top one as well.
Heck yeah.
Okay. So you're sharing an answer.
I think yeah, we'll share that
We'll
answer.
share it. I mean, it's a chain reaction. It's just a sick venue, and it's super punk rock, and it's got a lot of history. All those shirts on the wall, you're just like, wow.
Yeah. I'm pretty excited for AMH too because they remodeled it and I want to see what it looks like.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Amityville Music
Amityville Music
Hall.
Hall, New York. That'll be cool.
So, if somebody hasn't seen you live, what can they expect from this tour?
Ooh,
That's a sick question. I feel like when a lot of people have seen us live, they're always like, "You guys go so hard," and
true.
like I think that like on stage we're very much moving our bodies, which always catches people, catches their attention. So I guess if someone would be like, "What can they expect?" We be moving, we be moving up there.
I think that like somebody who's going to be seeing us for the first time on this tour, it'll be interesting because, you know, we're playing a lot of the new record on this tour and it's going to be like, "Oh, this is the 22nd time we've ever played this song as a band together." So, here's our best shot. Like prior to this, a lot of the songs we've been playing for years and years and we played them hundreds of times and
Hmm.
stuff. And now, because the record comes out like right at the beginning of the tour, we're like, all right, well, let's mix it up. Let's play a whole bunch of these new songs that we're super excited about that we don't know how to play yet. So, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be interesting.
What has that prep looked like?
Oh, uh a a lot of time spent at the computer sitting relearning how to play things that we wrote in the studio, played like three times and then never went back to it again. It's been a lot of that.
It's
Hmm.
like
So,
cramming for the exam, like
yeah,
studying the night before is kind of the way I describe it.
that's super accurate. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a group project, and we're all just trying to keep our heads above water.
I'm sure it'll be
yeah.
fine.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I think it'll be okay. Denver is the first show. Denver, I'm sorry, that one might be a little rough, but everything else I think will be good.
Yeah, it's the air.
Oh yeah, and the
It's
altitude.
the thin
So
air and altitude. That's what it's gonna be.
shit.
You
Yeah,
just blame it
I
on
didn't think
that.
about that. That's what we do every time.
Yeah, every time, every time. But yeah, we're really like we said in the beginning, it's like really coming down to the wire of making everything happen. But it'll when we get there, it's gonna be awesome.
Do you guys have any pre or post show rituals?
Usually when we leave Chicago, we go to Portillo's before we leave, and we just kind of eat some good Chicago food before we go. Italian beefs, hot dogs, cheese fries, and that's kind of our bon voyage kind of journey until we hit the road. But that is one for sure.
It's kind of interesting. I think that I don't think we have any like straight up rituals, but like right before the set, everybody's kind of off doing their own thing, kind of mentally preparing themselves
Hmm.
for it in whatever way they do it. Like we're usually not all together in the same area more than like 5 to 10 minutes before we're supposed to be on stage,
Hmm.
either moving our gear to set up or, if we're the first band, everything's already set up. So like right before we play, we just kind of all meet up. We do like a hands in and, say that we don't hate each other and stuff. So that's cool.
The fist bump, yeah.
That's good that you don't hate each other.
For sure.
Usually
It's
tracks pretty good.
important.
Yeah, yeah, I think it's good if bands don't hate each other.
Yeah, it helps.
Oh, definitely.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
What advice would you give to somebody who is starting their first band?
Don't do it.
Yeah, that is the realest thing I've ever heard.
No,
Enjoy
no, no.
it is
No,
what
I
I
mean
always
it's like
feel.
y- like you just have to do it. It's gonna suck for a long time. But like if it's fun and you enjoy doing it, just keep going and like don't let anything stop you because like that's then you're gonna be left with like the big like what if question, like what if I had done this or what if this had gone differently or whatever. And it's like just do it for yourself and do it for, your bandmates and your friends. And just make sure that you all communicate. I think that's a good thing to do as well.
Yeah, communication's helpful.
For sure.
Yeah, across every relationship.
Yeah. It's like being married to like four other people.
Yes, yes, 100%.
Because like you got to think about everybody's schedules, like even just scheduling practice. Like we have to take into account I have to take into account my bandmates' schedules and then sometimes also their partners' schedules because that will affect their schedule in relation
Hmm.
to me, you know? So like it's really like there's 4 or 5 people in the band, but there's really 8 to 10 people in the band if you think about it. These are all the little things you don't know until
Just
you've been
because you're not in the band doesn't mean you're not in the
in
band.
the
You know.
band. There you go. Yeah.
So, how do you balance, that work life with being in a band?
You don't.
Yeah, it's such a push and pull. That's what the record's about, really. It's that
Yeah.
delicate balance, and there is no you kind of just do it. It's a sink or swim kind of vibe, and the and we've been told we're like a working class band because on tour, blessing and a curse, we get to work remotely, but our van's like a moving office.
Wow.
Uh, just a bunch of laptops clanking away and taking calls and but that's how we're able to do what we do, and it's fun, but it's definitely a struggle for sure.
What advice would you give to somebody who is struggling with that balance?
You're not alone in the struggle. Like just because you're struggling, it doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. Like it's hard and the odds are 110% stacked against you in every way that you can possibly imagine. And the fact that you've gotten as far as you've gotten, it deserves applause in and of itself.
Well said.
Yeah, that was really well said.
I think about it a lot.
Yeah, we've been living it.
I think
We've
about
been
it a
living
lot.
it.
It's unfortunately one of those things you can't really escape.
No. Yeah, there's no escaping it. It is a grueling process all the time, but the payout is so it just like playing a set just with your friends is just like the best feeling in the world. You have a good set and you just are constantly chasing that high and it's like, okay, all of this other bullshit was worth this 30 to 45 minutes right here.
Hmm.
And that's it. That's why we do it for the love of the game.
For love of the game, suffer for hours so you can enjoy 30 minutes, but that 30 minutes is just
What would you say are some of the main influences on this album?
I don't think anybody's asked that question yet.
Really?
main influences. I guess it's like kind of what we usually been doing. The 4 Year Strongs of the world, the Wonder Years of the world. Those are always bands we like.
Yeah, there's definitely like I don't know, there's I feel like there's some Under Oath in there too and Starting Line.
Yeah, there's like
Like,
no specifics. It's just kind of the culmination of all of our music tastes
That makes
the
yeah.
last
sense.
decades. But yeah, it's definitely morphed into what we sound like.
There any non-music influences on it?
Ooh. I mean, I feel like real life situations that we all deal have been dealing with for the past like years or so made their way onto the record a lot of like lyrically or just like honestly sometimes not even like lyrically just like emotionally like how a part will like remind me of like a certain feeling of something that I was going through maybe when like I wrote the riff or something like that or like when the first time I heard it when Oren showed it to me or when Adrian showed me whatever his part was, or when Blake, said like, "Oh, I have this idea for this part," like though, like sometimes it like takes you, like it'll just take you back to that moment,
Hmm.
which is kind of cool.
Definitely put a lot of ourselves into this one, which sounds like every band does that, but we really did for this one.
We absolutely did.
Yeah.
We were having a rough go when we were in the studio with a lot of our personal lives, and like there were just times where just like in any relationship, it's like, all right, you're at 30 right now, so I got to be your 70,
Hmm.
so that we can like even back out to get back to 100%. And like there were just countless times where I just remember like being just like in such a shitty mood, and then Manny would just say something, and then I would just fucking laugh, and it was great.
You got to have that person that can balance you out.
Yeah, luckily we have four,
Yeah, the
but
comedic timing I would like to think is pretty good. Pretty good in this
yeah,
band.
yeah.
That's
Maybe
good.
it's
You're able
good.
to balance it.
Yeah, maybe it's all of our trauma. That's why
Oh,
we're so funny.
110%. I don't think we would have made it this far if we weren't able to use humor
Absolutely
to
not.
deal with the horrors that we've kind of dealt with.
I
Oh,
feel like,
absolutely.
yeah, definitely the people who have the most trauma are the funniest.
For sure. That's just a rule of life.
Yeah. You have to learn how to laugh at life.
Totally.
Before I ask the last question, was there anything else that you guys wanted to talk about or mention today?
Please, for the love of God, listen to this record. Whoever is watching this right now, listening to this right now, just go listen to the record. Like, just once is fine. If you want to be like a real one, you can, let it rip like 3 or 4 times a day. That'd be fucking tight. But like, please. We put a
Give
lot
us a
into this, and
chance.
we do think it's really good and pretty special and a lot better than the last two. So like, it's it's worth it. Give it its time.
Yeah,
Hmm.
give it. Yeah, we tried. We tried real hard on this one.
I
Okay.
mean, we're supposed to try hard, and like we did the last two times, but we tried way harder this time than I think the last two times for sure.
Yeah, I think people definitely also just because there's so much music out there, I feel like it doesn't cross people's minds honestly. Sometimes you're like, oh, cool, another release. I just saw 5 other bands release stuff. You know
Yep,
what I'm saying?
They don't
But
yep.
know the work behind the scenes.
yeah, and every band does put in work, but like I said, we definitely put ourselves out there, and I think you can see it in the music, you can see it in the lyrics, and if you're an Action fan, you'll be like, wow, they did a lot of different and new things, and if you're a new fan, I think you'll also find something that you'll like. We got a lot of lore.
There's a lot of lore in the record. Like you can hear it.
Yeah, so give us a shot.
So, our last question is, what is the soundtrack of your life?
Sick question.
God, that's hard, man.
It's just so open ended.
That's the point.
Yeah, I guess so. Slack notifications. see.
I mean, yeah, just like the notification ping sound haunts me.
Yeah, that's what I'm
That is
saying. It's
like
like Outlook, Slack, Teams.
all of that. That is the real soundtrack to I think our most of our lives, which is kind of it's kind of dark, but
Yeah, I guess a lighter note, if I want to get cute with it. Uh, Soundtrack for me on tour is just the hum of the van at like 4 a.m. after a show. You're just like that, like when the van's working and it's like for vibing, and you just have the natural sound of that looking out the window. I'm like, oh, this is sick. This is
it's pretty
sick,
comforting.
and
It's
it
really
rocks you to
easy to
sleep.
fall asleep in the van.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's pretty comforting.
That nat sound really does hit.
Like when you're in a room full of people and it's like not insanely loud, so you don't have to like scream to have your conversation, but it's like before the bands start playing and it's just like the rumble of like just multiple conversations and you're just kind of like popping in and out of different conversations and stuff. That is very comforting to me.
Hmm.
I feel like it's something that's I've grown to be very familiar with over the past few years, like just from us touring and stuff. And like when I think about that, I think about how like some of the best people I've ever met in my life have been people that I've met through touring and through playing shows in different cities and stuff. And like they've grown to be, some of my closest friends, which is crazy because I like talk to them every single day, but I only see them like 2 or 3 times a year, if that.
Yeah.
But like every time like I'm in that situation, like I'm like it's a fond reminder of you can meet your best friend right now. You can meet, one of the most important people of your life in your life
Hmm.
randomly just because you're, you know, 11 hours away from home, 20 something hours away from home, 27 hours away from home, randomly just playing this gig.
Hmm.
And it's like that's something that's pretty cool that not a lot of people get to experience.
Yeah. Okay. So, for all of our listeners who want to stay updated on you guys, hear the album, potentially see you on tour, where can they find you?
We're on all socials that exist in the world at ACT Band. Keep us, keep up on there. We're on, and we're gonna try our best to feed the machine. So keep in touch.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me today.
Thank you. Thanks
Thanks
for
for
having
having
us.
us. It was awesome.
Have a nice rest of your day.
You too.
Bye.
Later.
Bye.